Sonia Sidhu MP, welcome to Correio da Manhã, Canada, and thank you so much for accepting our interview, our invitation for this interview. We have with us Sonia Sidhu MP. She's a Canadian politician, was re-elected as a member of parliament in the House of Commons of Canada to represent the federal electoral district of Brampton South. So, Ms. Sonia Sidhu, thank you so much for accepting again our invitation for this interview. I intend to talk about your re-election, of course, and the projects. So, first of all, what feelings did you have after being re-elected?
First of all, bom dia, Nuno, and
Bom dia.
I want to thank the people of Brampton South for once again putting their trust in me to be their representative in Ottawa. This was very, very important campaign, and I spent it knocking on tens of thousands of doors in Brampton South. And I also want to thank Coria Dimana, Eduardo, especially Nuno, to you, who spread our party platform message to Portuguese community. So thank you so much. In the middle of this campaign, I joined hundreds of members of the Portuguese community at the Our Lady of Fatima Church for the annual Senhor Santo Cristo dos Milagres Festival, which this is my 6 years. Every year we are going there to get God's miracle and then meet with our Portuguese community. And I have been attending this every year. I did not stop on that, even though campaign. I'm very thankful all the volunteer supporters, and thank you all the Brampton South, and all the supporters, leaders, and Portuguese community, especially union leaders who were here, who were there to support us.
I appreciate your words. Thanks, Sonia Sidhu. Let's talk about the projects for the present and the future of Brampton South. What are the projects, for example, in the health areas? Sorry. First of all, health areas.
In healthcare, Nuno, I want to start with this. Our party has put forward an ambitious and achievable plan to help Canadians. In this campaign, I saw a lot of clear and immediate issues that residents want us to resolve. Canadians expect us to address some of them immediately. They expect our re-elected government to continue addressing the pandemic now. They want strong and concrete action. Just before our call with you today, our Prime Minister announced 2 important steps on finishing this pandemic. Number 1, all federal public servants will be required to show proof of vaccination to continue serving Canadians. I'll be happy to upload my proof of vaccination at the end of this month when the system is in effect. Second, the Prime Minister announced that all travelers flying for taking train will be required to take a proof of vaccination, while 88% the eligible Canadians population has at least 1 shot. More people need to get vaccinated. A time when we have so many vaccines available to prevent more cases, vaccines are the best tool we have in fighting COVID and returning to the normal. Finally, Nuno, I know that healthcare delivery is a provincial responsibility, but I want to remind the listeners of our plan for healthcare. Even on the party platform, support to hire 7,500 doctors and nurses, improving standards in long-term care, work to hire 50,000 PSW and raise their wages to $25 an hour. Publicly accessible mental health care, action to address make it more easier accessible healthcare, and then people who have an addiction, they can access the treatment. 10 days of paid sick leave for federally regulated workers, Finally, I have been advocating for people living with diabetes. As you know, my bill C-237 become a law now. I'll continue to work on that more. Diabetic population can get more, benefit from that. Other thing, even though we are also extended virtual care. So.
Very well, Ms. Sidhu. Is the long-term care part of Sonia Sidhu plan, of course. What are the plans in Brampton South about the long-term care?
Long-term care, as you know, I was advocating with the 5 other MPs when we heard horrible stories, which is our seniors don't, deserve that. What happened in the past, we don't want, because our seniors deserve better life. So I have safely visited many long-term care home during the campaign. I have spoken with the seniors and staff. The best news I have seen in that in some homes, 96 to 97% of staff and residents were vaccinated with both doses of the vaccine in Canada. Provinces like the province in Ontario are responsible for healthcare facilities such as long-term care. But we are leading the way to help provinces. Let me tell you, the first we will work with the provinces to hire more than 50,000 new PSWs. Staffing has been the biggest issue in our long-term care. Second, we always say we value the work of our PSWs, but we have to do more. We have to pay them enough to show that we appreciate them. That is why in the coming months, I look forward to the announcements from our government on support of PSWs and the staffs in long-term care to raise their wages to $25 an hour. In this pandemic, I was one of the 5 MPs who wrote to Premier Ford and to our Prime Minister about the situation in long-term care home, because in my riding, one of long-term care home, when the army came and then horrible reports came. So that is why it's so important to address these issues so our senior can get safe and dignified life. In the new mandate, I will continue to work closely to our seniors and long-term care residents, investing in ventilation and support staff. That is our and PPE and many more. So these things much needed. So we are closely working on that.
Very well, Ms. Sonia. Will small business be safeguarded even with the pandemic problem?
I know in this pandemic, our business community suffered a lot. We tried to help them and yes, continue to provide the necessary support for the business. Even as I said, during COVID-19, in the last interview, I was talking about our plan to support the businesses by making it easier to hire and retain workers, reduce taxes and credit card fee. Today, I want to talk about construction workers and businesses. First, as you know, we have made many investment in construction, public transit, and many other projects like Riverwalk. All these projects required thousands of engineers, carpenters, plumbers, construction workers, drivers, electricians, and many other skilled trade specialists. In this campaign, I have committed to advocating for large-scale projects in Brampton. Such as the ALRT, and in the last mandate, we have invested in the Brampton Riverwalk project. In this project alone will create 23,000 jobs and boost our city's GDP. I know these projects will bring thousands of quality jobs. Second, I want to recognize many of our unions. We want to make it easier to retain and train new skill trade apprenticeship. Skill up, reskilled workers. This is why before the election, we have announced new programs with the union training and innovation program. We'll work to do more. but we'll double the union training and innovation program, $50 million a year to support more apprenticeship training opportunities and additional partnership in trades, so our people can get the benefit from it. For moving forward on our plan, establish a new apprenticeship service which will connect 55,000 first-year apprentices in trades with opportunities and small and medium-sized employees, and for summer jobs. This is also a big help to our SMEs, small and medium-sized businesses. And I want to tell you, in this year, $2.7 million, almost, we are creating 700 plus Canada summer jobs, so where our business can get help from there as well.
Very well, Ms. Sidhu. For my last question, what are the plans for the restoration? The Portuguese community needs to know what your plans for this area. Thank you. The restoration.
As you know, and the party platform, we have help with every demographic. Childcare, $10 per day. This is we are committed in by 2026. We want to move forward on that plan, and by 2022, 50% reduction of the childcare plan. We want to help our seniors to increasing their pension, and then giving more benefits to seniors in long-term care homes and many other forms. Same thing with the business community, same thing, and many other ways, as you know, creating more jobs, good quality jobs. And as we all federal MPs, we went to with city, if they gave us a shovel ready project, I committed to advocating for that project too. So we want to build our Brampton city a better city. As you know, in the past 6 years, we brought many projects, transit projects, riverwalk projects, youth hub in our recreational centers. So we are committed to advocate for more project, shovel-ready project when the city is giving to us, and I'm committed to do advocacy for our Bramptonians. But thank you, Nuno, for bringing up the matter of restoration. I will continue updating and supporting all residents. If you have any question about immigration status, restoration, and more, please contact my office. And my office is on a Financial and Mississauga Road, and my office number is 905-846-0076, and I'll continue to advocate for our Bramptonians issues, which is federally, and one thing I really want to this is the first interview after re-electing.
Thank you so much.
I'm still MP-elect, and I really want to say thank you, for supporting me, for putting trust in me, and now, as we did in 6 years, I'll continue to work even more harder for you guys. But sometimes you cannot come to my office, but your feedback is very, very important. Please email to me. So thank you very much for putting trust in me.
Thank you so much. Was a pleasure again, and I need to repeat again, Sonia Sidhu, thanks.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado, eu. Obrigado.